What I like to do though is pretend like we don't notice that it's going to turn on, and then like we're talking about something, and you know, uh, the tomatoes aren't growing that well. Oh my gosh, we're on. See,
What? Oh,
hi everybody, welcome to the Tellman and Fellman Show. My name's Harris Fellman, and that guy over there.
I'm Tellman Knudson. Welcome to episode 35. We have our first female guest on the show here today.
Oh my gosh, you identified her gender already. They couldn't tell by looking. She is a she, her, I believe. Cindy, my good friend, I think, is all about effective lead generation. She has a company called Funnel Mates, where her clients are able to create effortless, done-for-you email capture and follow-up sequences that get results. Lately, she's actually been chilling and relaxing a bit by, just have an AI help her create some quick Warrior Plus product launches. No big deal. Just, little things she does in her spare time. And then she uses it all as, for lead gen and really a creative playground, I guess. We'll talk to her a little bit about that in a second. I'm super happy to have you here, Cindy. It was very difficult to get you because you are in Australia and it's almost midnight for you. So welcome to the show, Cindy.
so good, eh? Do I have to talk like a...
You have to. You have to have such a thick accent that we can't understand a word you're saying.
Right. Do you need me to hold up notes and signs?
Could you stand upside down? Could you hang upside down so everyone gets that you're in Australia?
Yeah. No.
No, not going to happen today.
No, not dressed for that. Okay.
No. You're lucky that I'm not in my pajamas, actually, because it's nearly midnight here, and I actually had to get dressed out of my dressing gown and my PJs because I thought, got to be respectful for the boys.
Yeah, we put on collared shirts for you. Sometimes I'm in a t-shirt. I was like, oh, it's Cindy. I gotta look a little bit more presentable.
That's good, Harris. That's good.
Tellman's in a different situation right this second. He is. We'll probably talk a little bit about it, but just for Cindy, just so you know. So Tellman usually is in Vermont. Right now, he flew down. So there's been hurricanes. I think you guys call them typhoons or something down there, but we have hurricanes in Florida. I'm from Florida originally, or South North America's southern areas gets tornadoes. And hurricanes. And Tellman went down 4 or 5 days ago to St. Petersburg because his mother and his sister's houses were flooded out. So he went there to help them. And then he was there for maybe 3 days tops. And they got a new hurricane warning for a much, much worse hurricane than the one that just hit, named Milton, which it's kind of hard to take a guy named Milton seriously, but it is Uncle Milton.
The greatest hypnotist to ever live was named Milton Erickson. Take it easy there.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I was thinking more of Milton Berle from the old talk show days.
Yeah, there's more than one Milton.
Okay. And there's also Bradley. There's Milton Bradley as well. Is that one person or two? I've never thought about it. Milton Bradley. It must be.
Wasn't it Milton Bradshaw?
No, it's Milton Bradley, the company that makes Monopoly. That's what we do, Cindy. We just talk about dumb shit all for the whole show. So Tellman, so and then you just drove to Orlando, and now you told us a few minutes ago that you're getting kicked out of the hotel you're in.
Well, we're not getting kicked out. It was intense. Yeah, I flew down to help my mom, my sister's husband, her 2 young kids, my niece and nephew, because they both lost basically all their possessions in the flood. My sister had 4 feet of water. My mom fortunately had less, but she almost died. And so we were kind of in the middle of cleanup, right? And trying to save old family photos that were, covered in water and all sorts of this stuff. And then the alert came in for a much, for what appears to be a bigger storm. And it looks like it's just gonna hit Florida hard, and so we jumped on the interstate, headed to Orlando to get into a hotel up high. But we have my mom with me, and she's handicapped, and we ended up on the first floor of a hotel. We were trying to avoid being on the first floor because of the flooding situation, and my mom kind of needs a walker to get around and all this stuff, and so. we fortunately were able to find another place in Orlando at a resort that's 11 miles away, but like it's all the way up the interstate. It's been bumper to bumper traffic since yesterday, all night long. All of gas stations are out of gas. Like all the grocery stores are out of food. It's pretty intense. And it looks from the weather report like category 4 or 5 is going to hit like hard. So I don't know what's going to happen. It could be a wet couple of days starting tomorrow.
I think they're predicting that by the time it hits, it'll be a category 3. So, only a 100 and
it keeps changing. You know what I mean?
Only 120 mile per hour sustained winds. But my mom lives in Tampa. If you look at a map, if anybody looked at a map of Tampa, there's like a little peninsula where the kind of section, like something kind of hooks down, like in the middle of the bay. So that's where she is. So she's only able to really, I was thinking this morning, but it's too late. I guess she could have flown to London. I don't think she would have, but that would have been.
The airport shut down at 7 a.m.
Tampa did.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, there you go. Too late.
Yeah.
So she's going to just go somewhere. So anyway, on that friendly fun note, so I'm probably going to be, I might be there too.
Yeah, soon. Well, hey, we could do a few episodes from Florida.
Great.
I hear Gary Ambrose lives in Orlando. He responded at 3 a.m. to a text message I sent him because he's a super night owl. And then I drove by Winter Haven, which is where Dean Jackson lived. And so I texted Dean Jackson, and he's actually up at a resort up in Orlando too. So I think there's going to be some hurricane marketing meetings. I don't know, something. We'll see.
So we have our first female guest on, and the men are doing all the talking. So
That's classic. That's good.
Let's shut up for a bit. I'm glad you could tell that Cindy is in a very relaxed state right now. Down in Australia, where there's I'm sure you guys have your own set of issues and problems, but certainly not this week, I hope. So
no, we don't. We have quite a few. We don't have anything major going on right now, but usually we have a lot more bushfires than hurricanes and tornadoes.
Bushfire, so just forest fires, like just
okay. But yeah.
I mean, they're more than bushes. It's
fires, but like they wipe out. Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like California gets a lot of that. And when I lived in Costa Rica, but it was just kind of part of it. Like in Costa Rica, you just kind of accept that half of the mountain or hill that you live on is going to burn every 3 seasons. And that's part of nature's way of, replenishing. Yeah. Nature don't care that you got a house in the middle of the forest, or at the beach. So, So Cindy, let's talk about how did you get started? And I know when, but I don't know how and why you got started in internet marketing. So
what's your origin story?
Yeah, what's your origin? What's your superhero origin story?
Wow. Okay, so this was a while ago. I think Harris, you might have been one of the first people that I met, like maybe face to face after this. Anyway, I started maybe about 18 years ago. I was pretty broke. I was married to a pastor at the time, a minister, and so we didn't take a lot of money from the church. It was mostly just helping. So we didn't have a lot of cash, and my kids were starting. Like I had 2 little kids. They were like 4 and 6 years old, and I thought, they're going to be in school soon. I can go do something else because I did things differently. I didn't go to uni after high school. I got a job, then I got married, then I had children. So I had kids while I was quite young. So I was about 29, and I decided I'd go to uni. I was about halfway through my uni degree. I was going to be a teacher, and I found a lump in my breast. And I talk about, today is all women's. You got the first chick on, and she's talking about boobs.
Hey.
So they found a lump by accident, actually. Like the thing that I found that I was concerned about wasn't even it wasn't even cancerous, but they did a biopsy anyway. The needle happened to brush past this little 0.5 centimeter tumor that was hidden behind what I was seeing. So they wouldn't have even found it. So about a week and a half later, they operated. It was like by the time they operated, a week and a half later, it had grown to 2.5 centimeters and spread through my lymph system. So they hit it with everything, right? Chemo, radio, surgeries, so many surgeries. And while I was going,
how did a 29-year-old even catch it? You just got lucky, and you were like, oh, like, because we all get like little bumps everywhere. Like, what is that? And you ask the doctor, and they're like, oh, let's actually check.
I know, yeah, no, it actually took a little bit of convincing with the doctor, because the doctor says, no, you're 29 years old. There's nothing
impossible,
like you should be fine. Take some evening primrose oil. It must be hormonal or something. And I don't even know what made me just keep at it, because what they found and what they saw, they were correct. There was nothing there. It was actually hidden behind. And so I'm really lucky to be here. Really lucky to be here.
Something was guiding you. So like some level of intuition, like was making you pay attention to something.
Yeah.
So then did that kind of break your pattern on wanting to become a teacher? What?
Yeah. So what happened? I ended up going through all of the chemo and stuff. And while I was doing chemo, I took a break from my study, because it was I just wanted to be able to focus on getting my body better. And I had 2 young kids, like they were young, and it was hard. They hit me with the hardest stuff that they had. One thing that you don't know about chemo until you go through it is that you lose all the hair on your body. And I'm not saying that to be rude, but the hairs in your nose, you don't even think about it, but the hairs inside of your nose, you lose them. And so you can't, like, you have dry mouth and runny noses, and you don't even know what's going on. Anyway, while I was doing chemo and all of that, I needed something to distract myself. So I used my now ex-husband's laptop and created a website. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just Googled and created a website just to distract myself. And then through that website, I
wait. What was the website? What was the URL?
It's actually, remember Mike Filsame around those days, and he had traffic exchanges. The guy started out with traffic exchanges. Yeah. I had my own traffic exchange, and it was called Traffic Bunnies.
Bunnies?
Bunnies. Yep. Yeah, bunnies, because it multiplies like rabbits.
Good.
So I created that. I learned how to do it. And then through that website, I met a couple of guys, and
some of them were here. Some of them were in Europe, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw one of them recently at in Copenhagen. Is that possible? Does that sound right?
Yeah, that would be Soren.
Soren, yeah. So I performed Comedy Magic, and I was in Copenhagen, and somehow I reconnected with him, and he came to a show. So wow, that's
I'm glad that you got to catch up with him. That's so cool.
Yeah, he does. Is he into music? Is that right? Does that sound right, or am I thinking of a different?
Copywriting now. I reckon he's doing
copywriting. Okay.
Copywriting. Yeah, okay. I think for Tony Robbins now, maybe.
Oh wow! And then was it him, and was it John Merrick? That kind of is that right? So those were like kind of the big traffic exchange circles.
Yeah. So I ended up learning so much from them, and we started promoting each other's stuff. And by the time I was okay to go back to uni, I was making maybe like $100 a week. So it wasn't heaps, but it was enough to show me that you can make money, right? This like online thing, you can make money. And this was a long time ago. This was like 18 years ago. So I just threw myself into learning everything I could. And then we started doing promotions with each other, John Merrick and Soren Jordanson. And then we decided to go into a partnership and create something and launch something together, which we did. And we put together an offer. I don't know if you remember it, but it was ClickBank Pirate. We did CB Pirate.
I remember that.
You remember CB Pirate? Yeah. And that went from nobody knowing who we were to in the first 14 hours, we did $100,000 of sales, and we had the CEO of ClickBank calling us up and going, "Yo, good to meet you guys. How you doing?" And I was like, totally blown away. Like I still can't even believe it. And then that really it just took off. Like we went from not really knowing anybody. Well, we had our little circle, but then everyone in ClickBank, and ClickBank was really big then. We were able to connect and do a lot of promotions through.
ClickBank is still really big. ClickBank's probably bigger. It's just they're not the only game in town, and they're not the only game in town with like make money online or internet marketing stuff. What did ClickBank Pirate teach?
It was a software that does basically what FunnelMates does now, but FunnelMates does it better. So,
of course.
FunnelMates is kind of like the third iteration that allows you to like actually create your own funnels and share them in a marketplace. So, basically, ClickBank Pirate, what we did was we found products on ClickBank, because the way that ClickBank builds their hop links. We were able to develop software so we could just get members to put their ClickBank ID in, and then we could just mail with offers. So we would give them lead magnet funnels, and they were all branded to them. So all the emails are written, links are all in there, and it's all set up after 2 seconds. Just put your ClickBank
so
ID
with ClickBank, the way the affiliate link work is if you know your own affiliate ID, you just go whatever.com/whatever/ your affiliate ID, and then you're good. Whereas not all systems work that way. And even right now, a lot of systems like Warrior Plus, who I'm working for now, you have to approve your affiliates. So that wouldn't have worked either because you would have, but that's really cool. So you really created y'all really created a system back then where it was very like almost, magic button, just put a little bit of info in here, put this up, get some traffic to it, get some emails. And if you get the emails, we'll mail them.
It helped us make a lot of friends because so we had maybe like 10,000 members in ClickBank Pirate that were building lists using our platform. So we were hosting the lists, but we would just tag it to our members' account. And so we had like a couple 100,000 really targeted email lists very quickly that these members were building for us to mail. And so if you, Tellman, were releasing something on ClickBank and you wanted a lot of traffic from a lot of affiliates, we were able to mail like 200,000 leads with 10,000 different affiliate IDs, and kind of back there. And so
like manufacture gravity. Wait, hold on. You were able to manufacture gravity.
Yeah.
Right. So gravity works at ClickBank based on how many people are promoting, how many are making sales, and how. So we were able to basically kind of control ClickBank a little bit with that.
Yep. Well, it's like a
game ClickBank a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
And people were paying a monthly subscription fee for the privilege of us being able to do that.
Right.
Well, but they still got the affiliate commission. Did you only get paid did you get paid a second tier, or did you get paid only the monthly that they paid you?
We didn't actually even ask for second tier. We just so we did some swaps. So if we did a big promotion, we'd say, do you think you could like recommend us on your back end, or also we did a couple of we released a few other products, and then so when we release a product, we can mail our list and automatically get gravity. So
wow.
So,
lots of different ways to leverage.
So hold on. So here's the big question. In that particular model, right, you had all these small affiliate marketers. You were essentially hosting their list for them. They were responsible for driving traffic to build their own list. And so that's the big question, is if they didn't have their own products that were selling, so they weren't getting, presumably they weren't getting their own traffic from other affiliates, then how did all of these people drive enough traffic to make the whole thing work?
There are a lot of different ways. So we would connect with basically anyone that knew how to teach anything about traffic, and get them to teach.
I thought you were going to say traffic exchanges. I thought you were just going to
Traffic
say
exchanges was definitely there, but
we know they're not as effective as other ways.
Sorry.
Right. They're not. I mean, traffic exchanges aren't going to be the most effective way to get quality traffic, to get people opting in and taking action.
Yeah, but what were the ways that were working though? Like what actually worked?
So solo ads were really big, and I think they still continue to be big. But solo ads, safe lists as well.
Oh yeah, safe lists. I forgot about safe lists.
Safe lists, yeah. Those might have been the two main things, and then
safe list. I never quite understood safe lists. Were they kind of like traffic exchange-ish email lists in a way? Is that a?
I think they're more like solo ad type things, but
what makes it different than a solo ad? What makes it a safe list? Like, isn't it like I'll get on your list and you get on mine or something? I don't know. Like,
it's more like that. So solo ads, you pay somebody for them to email their list for you, and safe lists, you go in and it's a community, and then they'll email you, and
so it's kind of like a
traffic exchange crossover.
You're agreeing to get bombarded with advertising,
right? Yeah.
As long as you're in the circle, and
Yeah. But then you just set up a different email account that you never even.
Right.
Yeah. No one uses their real email address for a safe list.
Yeah.
But it did still grow a lot of.
So you had a lot of projects in between then and now. What's kind of the evolution to get you here? So now you went, I met you, did I meet you in Tampa? At Ross Goldberg's event in Tampa? I think it feels right.
Was it?
Did you go to? Do you remember? Have you ever been in Florida?
The first time I met you. No, I do remember. Probably the most fun trip might have been in Pirates Cove, though.
Oh, Pirates Cove is the most fun trip.
Cove,
1,000%. That's one of the most memorable ones. Well, you weren't around for the Playboy Mansion party. A lot of people point to the Playboy Mansion or Pirates Cove.
Yeah, I wasn't at that one.
No, that was I think a little bit like 1 year before you.
Okay.
Probably ClickBank Pirate, probably. So, or CB Pirate, obviously you couldn't call it ClickBank Pirate. Okay, so
fast forward. What's that?
Yeah, I remember meeting you at and I don't even know if you remember this, but I think it was in New York, and I remember being at the front of this hotel, and you were wearing Vibrams. And it was the first time I've ever seen the toe
five-finger shoes. Yeah, right. The Vibram 5 fingers.
The Vibrams, and I was like, that is just so. This guy's just so cool.
That would have been probably like in 2009. And it was probably, I remember at one point in the middle of Run Tellman Run, I went to a conference somewhere. I think that was probably I think that
might have been it. And because you were telling me about the run barefoot running that
across
you were
the country,
doing. Yeah. So that's, but you probably don't remember me.
Well, I remember, I mean, we haven't had that many conversations, but I definitely remember your face. You know, it's like, I remember your voice. So yeah, that's cool. So you had this early start with affiliate marketing and ClickBank and traffic exchanges and ClickBank launches and this cool software.
And what did you do you were part of this kind of trio for a while, I think. And did you do mostly design for them, copywriting, and how did you learn, the marketing part of it? Like because you just told us a second ago you went from, dropping out of college because of a situation to having a website up, and then here you are a year later with $100,000 product, and then you did more products. Like, how did you learn stuff, and what did you primarily do? I mean, obviously over time, I can figure out how you learn stuff, but like more initially, like.
I Googled a lot. There were online forums, a lot of online forum discussions. I read a lot, and then I just tried to puzzle it out. And I was really lucky to get into a few, even back then, there was a traffic exchange forum, and so I was able to just go in there. I don't know how. It was just a lot of persistence. When I first started out, I was so excited that my first traffic exchange was going well. I was making like $100 a week with this, right? And that to me was mind blowing. So I was already planning my next like 20 traffic exchanges. I was just going to make like a whole ton more traffic exchanges, thinking, you know, I could just multiply this. And someone in the forum said, no, that's a really bad idea. Like, what you need to do is make the one that you've got really good, right? Make it really stand out, get to number one, do that. And I was like, what do you know? Right? And so I basically told all these guys, like, nah, you know, whatever. And then I went and I tried to build another like 10 of these things. And then it just was my income was going down, and I was just like, what? Like 5 or 6 months later, I apologized and I said, guys, you were actually right. Now can you teach me some stuff? And that's actually how I met John and Soren, through that. So when I just went in there to go and properly learn, that's when things sort of started turning around a lot. But I like learning and I like just testing out things. And I think I never knew this about myself, but the whole entrepreneurial thing, I think, is just puzzling things out, getting clear in your mind what it is that you want, and then just working out ways to get it, like work out ways to get there. And then stuff doesn't work, and then stuff does work, and then you find out the bits that do. So, yeah.
That sounds like a very Tellman approach, except I dare say he probably throws more things at the wall than anyone I've ever met. Like that's even not even working with you closely, Tellman. Like before, I noticed that. I remember 10 years ago, like I was like, oh, you try 100 things in the time that I try 3, you know, or not 100, but you probably try 10 in the time I try 2, you know, and to find out, you know, what works and what doesn't work. I do remember that kind of, and I try stuff. I feel like I try enough. I try a lot of stuff, but like, you know, it's a good approach.
Sometimes a lot of things don't work. Like, and we went through different slumps. Like there was the global financial crisis, all right, and that hit hard, and a lot of people who had online businesses lost them. And then then we had, you know, then ClickBank shut down all make money online offers and had like just a blanket ban on all of that. And then, you know, things then JVZoo was born. And so so yeah, you were asking what stuff I did as part of the trio. A lot of my stuff was networking, connecting, finding spots where I can connect other people, and that works really well for me. So yeah, I love that, and then just learning what I can along the way.
I was gonna ask you, kind of as you said a couple things that made me want to bring up the fact that the obvious that you are a female in a pretty male-driven marketing, a pretty male-driven industry, if we can call it that, and maybe less so now. Maybe we see a better.
The balance is shifting, but it's still
Yeah, but I mean, when you got in 18 years ago, and when I met you at a conference in whatever 2006 or 2007, whenever it might have been, you know, I feel like there might have been 9 other women out of 500 people. You know, was that your reality? And then then I'm thinking, well, gosh, I guess you could look at that a couple different ways, but like if you were the one doing networking, did it benefit you? Like you're like, you know, you're a totally different personality. You're a woman. Men are attracted to women, and I don't mean it necessarily the way that's like obviously, but they're like, oh, I want to talk to somebody that's not another freaking dude, you know?
Right.
So did you feel which have you gotten both sides of it? Have you gotten the feel of like, I don't belong here or?
No, I didn't. So I grew up with 3 younger brothers. I also just grew up, I had a pretty challenging upbringing. And so
you're used to bullying men, you're saying. You're just like, I'm more powerful than them.
Not really powerful, but just don't like take offense by things so much. I didn't grow up with a lot of girls around me, and a lot. So, and we had a lot of stuff. I had just different kind of people in my life. So I've learned how to be patient with people and how to connect with people.
Good skill.
Don't necessarily feel understood. And I felt in the internet marketing space, especially, there's a lot of people, if they're super successful at home, but doing really well, often they might not have a really big social life, or they might, and coming to these events is their big social outing. that was kind of the case for a lot of them, and they were awkward and uncomfortable because they're not comfortable with that, to go and just say hi to someone. So it was really easy for me to just go, here, you don't have to talk, but here, I know you don't like to talk, but you know how to code like nothing I've seen before, and you have a great idea, sort it out, guys. And then that just that just worked.
So you're
really well.
Good at building a team.
Yeah, I guess.
That's a good skill. Like that, that's probably I think that's probably one of my best skills. Is I've always built teams around me in different capacities, and it's really, really good when you can see how all these different people could fit into a greater vision or a greater project. That's cool.
Yeah. I've done things a bit differently now because just the stuff so much has evolved. So I'm not really doing as much networking. When COVID hit, and then all of a sudden all of these trips, and I was doing 6 or 8 or 10 overseas trips a year, and it was like a lot of just being able to go and connect with people and be around people, and then there was nothing. Everything shut down. So I got a little bit more trained, just sort of managing a team differently. So,
but your social life, as you were saying, your social life was overseas because you're in Australia. I mean, there is an event, there was or is a marketing event that happens in Australia, right?
I've never gone to anything in Australia.
Okay, so you've never gone to anything in Australia. You get on a plane, you fly 12 to 20 hours, and you end up you go somewhere in the US to connect physically with people, and you were the networker of your team, and then that's interesting. Yeah, you're one of the few people, internet marketers, that probably really felt affected by the pandemic, because the rest of it was just like, what's different,
Yeah. No, this was really isolating for quite a while, and I did go into a bit of a funk. Really starting to feel like I'm coming out of it now. I think this last maybe the last 12 months, I think, has been really big for me, just creativity wise, and being able to feel like I can get back into things again.
That's great.
Get my mojo back.
But you mentioned earlier, by the way, just so you know, this isn't a Warrior Plus interview. You mentioned JV Zoo, and then you kind of shied away from it for a second, but you don't feel like you have to do that. I know there's a difference between, ClickBank, JV Zoo, Warrior Plus. So it's fine to talk about whatever your experiences are along those lines. So, I just started working for them 2 months ago, so I'm much more a freelancer than anything, still, really. So we'll cut that out, though. Don't let them hear me.
Well, the way that I've built things, it's not just for any one platform. So with FunnelMates, it's like I mentioned, it's the third iteration of what we built with ClickBank Pirate. So it's just evolved now. So we have our internal marketplace, we have fresh funnels so it's not just up to us to make them. There's so much more that you can do in there now than you ever could.
Are Soren and John still your partners on it, or no?
No, so I've built that completely myself. So that is,
You didn't code it.
So look,
no.
I love myself a good funnel. So what, other than the fact that you built it, what makes FunnelMates particularly interesting or better than the many different funnel competitors that are out there, right? What are you trying to do with it? I know it's a third iteration, so there must be some really foundational stuff I would expect, but what makes it different? Why should why should we use FunnelMates, or why should our viewers use FunnelMates instead of ClickFunnels, or instead of this, or instead of that, or instead, whatever,
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, it's really different than ClickFunnels. It's not, we're not trying to be like ClickFunnels. What it does, so with ClickBank Pirate, what it did was built lead funnels that promote automatically products for ClickBank. So that was good back then, but then everything evolved. Now FunnelMates, you can have a funnel live in like 10 seconds. Like you just activate it and it's live with all of your links in it, for platforms like ClickBank, for JVZoo and Warrior Plus. Those are our 3 main ones. And we've also integrated with ThriveCart, with some other platforms. But basically we've got about 2,000 different funnels with new ones going in, because it's not just me making them. Our members can make them and then they share them in the marketplace. So you can go, if you've got an audience that's interested in video marketing, for example, and you want to get a lead magnet funnel, but don't want to make it, you don't want to write the emails, you can just go into the marketplace, find a good lead magnet and activate the funnel. And then if it's got products promotions in it, you'll just see what the promos are in it. And then if you need to, you can request your affiliate links. We have a lot of partnerships with a lot of vendors. So where a lot of new affiliates would get rejected because they don't have that like good status. Sometimes like vendors won't approve you if you don't have a lot of good numbers. Because we're managing the list, we usually are able to get approval for our members. And so you can get an affiliate funnel live up pretty quickly. And so you get like a landing page. It's got the landing page, confirmation page, thank you, download page, all built, live, ready in 10 seconds. Email follow-ups. Yeah. Oops.
You're muted, Tellman. Tellman, you're muted.
I'm sure it's really good.
Really good. Yeah, really good. Sorry, I'm in a hotel area and there was some chatter in the background.
Yeah, we heard it.
So I'm going to play a little bit dumb here, but my questions are actually legitimate dumb questions, I think. So so you have, I guess for you and FunnelMates, what is an affiliate? I guess I just don't quite understand what an affiliate funnel is. Are you saying it's a squeeze page in front of your affiliate link, or is there something more to it than that? Like why, as a list owner or as someone who can drive traffic, why would I want to drive traffic to a FunnelMates affiliate funnel versus just driving traffic directly through my affiliate link?
Like just straight to an affiliate product?
Yeah.
And not.
Well, that's why I like what I
don't do that.
I haven't done what you're doing.
Do that.
So I'm just curious, like what makes the FunnelMates funnel, like why would I want an affiliate funnel? Like why would I want a funnel designed for me to promote an affiliate?
So first up, you should never, unless you have control of that audience, if you're using paid traffic, or you're using any traffic that you have to do over and over again, and you're not capturing those email addresses, you just have to do that for all of eternity.
Right. Like, okay. So you're saying it puts a squeeze in front of your affiliate link, or is there more to it than
definitely.
that?
No, so yes. Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
So it offers them an incentive. So it incentivizes them to share their email address to begin with. So you can offer something of value, and then it will do a promotion for you straight after. So actually capturing that email address is where all the money is. And you guys know the money's in the list, right? So if you are just sending direct to an affiliate link, you're gonna have to do that forever. And
okay.
But then you're able to promote anything you want. You've built a list, and then. But are you saying, do you still do what you used to do with ClickBank Pirate, where you're managing the list for them and you're sending to multiple offers now? So everybody needs to be in the similar category, similar vertical, similar niche. So everybody in FunnelMates is in some form of like make money online, online internet, what we used to call internet marketing? No. Okay, great.
No. So we've actually separated into 24 different categories, and make money online is one, but there's also a lot of different, like video marketing or traffic generation or like product creation. There's lots of sub niches. So how it works is you send traffic into this one funnel and you can give away a really good gift, and then it will follow up with some promotions for maybe it might be one product or something. But then when we're doing new product launches, or if you have a look on Muncheye, there's new launches coming out every day.
Wait,
so
look on what?
Muncheye. Chris Munch, Muncheye.
I've heard of Chris Munch, but I don't know Muncheye.
Muncheye is like lists a ton of affiliate launches.
That's right. When your eye starts eating something, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you have
if you look on Muncheye.
So what we do is when you put a lead into our system, we look for different products that is going to be aligned with what they're doing. So this week we just launched Firestarter AI, and so any leads in the whole platform that showed an interest or signed up to receive something about AI or like anything, they're going to be interested in this. So we use that list and that group of subscribers, and then put our members' affiliate IDs into it and promoted it for the launch. So
interesting. So okay, so you've built a really great network of affiliates. Interestingly, and so do you normally sell a product on the front end of this and then upsell into the monthly membership for FunnelMates? By the way, Leslie likes my question, just for the record.
Good one.
No, but is there so
we have a lot of different entry points. At the moment, if you buy the Firestarter AI, for example, in the funnel, we have, like, as one of the upsells, we give you a bundle of funnels, which is part of FunnelMates. So if you grab that, you're going to get a membership into FunnelMates, and that is a monthly subscription in the funnel. But in that, at the moment, Firestarter AI, that's a really, really good deal that we've got in there. But we also do that with lots of different ways. So you can just go to funnelmates.com and you'll see an offer there. But I think the best way to get in right now, the cheapest way, is to go get one of our products like Firestarter AI, or we did watercolor coloring books recently as well, or Game Builder AI. We're just releasing all of these like AI building teaching stuff, and then in that upsell funnel, we're giving away lead magnet funnels. So
interesting. And so these days, right? So I get how this is a evolution of some of the previous things that you've done. These days, with all of these affiliates and people that are involved in the FunnelMates software, what's the primary way that you're teaching people to drive traffic to their funnels, to build their list?
I don't think there's any one way. I think the same with anything that you do online, it really is trial and error, because what's going to work for me is not going to work for you. The thing is, like, if there was a one size fits all, everyone would do it. Like, if you could just go and
if it was that easy, it usually is that easy for like 9 months. Right.
And anyone that tells you otherwise is lying, and I think or trying to sell you something. And I think it's such a personal thing, because what's going to work for me won't. At the moment, I think social media is still really big. There's always new ways that it's evolving. So the only thing I would say to my guys is just have a look what's working for you and then get better at it.
Yeah. So Tellman and I haven't talked to you about this. Tellman and I are teaching a how to do a summit, how to do a virtual summit. Basically, it's called Automatic Audience, and so this is a great list building method, right, to do that with. And I'm thinking a way that FunnelMates could come into play for us. We're not doing this with the first rendition of it, but if we were to give away like or give away or sell a funnel. So since you've launched Funnel Mates initially, like high levels come out and has been getting a lot of attention, and there's some similarities there. I know it's what you do that's totally different is this done for you list management aspect of it, which I'd probably like to talk to you a little bit about that too, because Tellman and I, one of our hot button is why is it different for everyone?
Yeah, well, so we can ask you more questions, but Kimberly has a pretty good one just before we get too far away from it, I think.
Yeah, okay, we won't get too far away from that then. That's a great. It's actually a really almost a philosophical question.
Yeah, well, it is. So I mean, you did kind of touch on this a little bit, Cindy, but the question is, so why does everyone have to have a different form of traffic, or why, in theory, if one form of traffic works for you, why won't it work for me? Like what makes that true?
So I know some people that are really good at writing, right? So maybe you're an amazing writer, and you can write articles that capture people's attention and grab, like Quora, right? You can create stuff, right? That's a great spot that you can go answer questions, write them really well, send traffic. I know some people that are really great on camera and with video, and then there's some people that just should not be on camera and on video. There's some people that are good at making banner ads. Maybe you're really great at banner ads, or that analytical side and technical side of being able to set up ads, like paid ads. That's being able to track things.
Paid ads takes that. There's a science of looking at the analytics. There's also money. You have to, so like, I mean, just on a core level, Kimberly, like somebody might have a $10,000 budget that they can go and buy traffic with over the course of the next 3 months, and someone might not have any money and they need to figure out how to do it from scratch. One of the ways that Cindy just mentioned, for instance, is going and answering questions on Q&A sites, and that can drive traffic to your lead capture page.
I want to do a little I want to reward Kimberly for asking a question without us even mentioning it. So Kimberly, thanks for asking a question. I want to give you a copy of our new offer, Automatic Audience. So please private message either Cindy, I think maybe you're friends with her, or Harris or myself. If you're connected with us on Facebook, you can send us a friend request, and we will hook you up with Automatic Audience, because you're an awesome audience member and you asked a great question. So thank you for playing ball. It's awesome.
Yeah, and an Automatic Audience is one very great powerful way to build a list, to get traffic, basically. For free, ish.
Yeah, we are talking. I think that's the whole point.
We're gonna talk more, because I could very easily set up a funnel for you guys, and then you can just give it away. It's like super
right. Well, that's
easy.
what I was going to say too. So in addition, but we're also teaching people how to do these virtual summits, which is basically, first of all, there's the event itself. So there's the lead capture page for the event itself. And
usually,
then there's
also a free opt-in, unless you're charging, low ticket price, right?
And then every week to come on to the interview, it's not these interviews, PS. It's basically a webinar. It's basically we're teaching people how to do a 12-week pitch fest. Okay. But every week we say, come here, come to this new webinar. So it's multiple funnels. So I do have a question. So if we wanted to, could we control which offers only are in our funnel and not participate in the Funnel Mates extra list management? Well, extra to us.
Yeah, it's just a checkbox.
Okay, so I uncheck it and say, hey, and then
we also have webinar integration as well. So if you want to run, it sounds like you're running people through webinars, so you can connect with a few different webinar platforms to automatically subscribe them to webinars.
Okay, cool. And then also you also integrate with like Aweber, Get Response, Active Campaign, and stuff like that. And on top of so forgetting Automatic Audience for a second, if I wanted to, so one of the things that I do with my business is because I've learned I actually, when somebody opts in, they're actually opting in to get response and also another email platform. So would that be possible? Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I was curious,
you
like,
guys
what?
know I did what just taking it back, right? I did so much travel, then I was homebound. I couldn't leave Australia for a long time, so I've spent a lot of time building this platform.
That's
Australia was
yes, probably
Australia had a really, that's right. You guys had a really strict, because you're like, well, you know what? We're pretty much a big island. If we don't let anybody on, we won't get COVID. New Zealand and Australia were similar in that way, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you were going to say something.
Didn't work. Alas.
None of it worked.
Cindy, with your platform, you guys are doing the primary mailing, like people sign up, they get emails auto-populated to their email sequences and everything else. And if you have some proprietary stuff that you don't want to share publicly, that's totally legit, right? But what system are you using to mail these people, especially since you're sending so many BizOp offers and affiliate links at that? Like, how do you actually get emails delivered?
A lot of people we talk
very
to,
challenging.
I sell solo ads, and a lot of those guys are able to deliver a lot less than they used to be able to because of what happened in all the changes in February. So you must have seen some effect of that, yeah?
Yeah, we did, but we just had to set it up. Like it's not that tricky. We do have a team that manages the email side of things, and it's not perfect. Like it doesn't always get through, but we get there.
No email platform is right. Like
Jonathan says the builder in FunnelMates is super easy to use because in there you're able to build your own funnels as well. So you can create them. If there's one there that you don't have, you can make it.
And how many different funnels did you say there were in the marketplace? Are they all for sale, or some of them are free, or what is that?
Some of them are free, depending on some of them are free. So the way that we've got it set up, if members create and publish a funnel in the marketplace, they can list it either as free or as a premium. And if it's free, then they actually get a copy of the leads as well as payment. So instead of actually charging you to activate the funnel, they let you use it. And they also receive a copy of that lead added into their autoresponder. If it is a paid one, then they get paid for using the funnel. But I think there might be like 2,000 maybe funnels in there. But it's they're not all great. Like
roughly how many users do you have of FunnelMates? Like how many people are like use this thing?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at that. No, I should track that.
Cool.
Hopefully more than 2,000.
So the best place for people to go and check out your stuff is right now is Firestarter. Firestarter.ai.com.
I'll try and find where is the link. Maybe I can just post it.
I mean, I have a Warrior Plus affiliate link, but it's ugly, so I was going to give it to you, but
is this not the right link?
Is Firestarter AI actually? I don't think that's my domain name. I don't think I actually.
Oh, that's not you?
No,
take that down. I put that up.
Yeah.
No. So
fact check.
So actually, we're using. The link is really long because I'm testing something because we've been building a.
You're testing out, giving out really complicated links.
Exactly. Yeah. We're testing. I'm not sure if I can post. Oh, I can't post to some destination.
Oh yeah, Firestarter AI. That's not her at all.
No, it's not me. I'll put it over here so you can see. So it's funnelmates.com/landing/Firestarter-AI.
Oh wow, you're gonna make it simple.
Yeah, so it's a long one. Because I'm just testing stuff. So what I'm actually testing right now is we're working because with FunnelMates you can just click a button and it will activate all of the pages that you need for a lead magnet funnel. And so we wanted to see if we could do something similar with sales funnels. And so right now the last 4 launches that I've done have been using our FunnelMates builder. It's not ready for people to actually, we're not selling it yet. I'm not making it available yet. We're still testing. but it's going to basically allow people to, activate one-click a sales funnel. But I want to make sure that it doesn't take away from what we're doing with the lead gen stuff. So that's why the long link.
Well, this sounds really interesting. I would definitely love to get in there and see what's going on with.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to almost to even try to set up like a faceless business with it, where we're not even the one on it, because you're automatically doing all the sending.
Me, they get mad at if I email them too many times. So don't even worry about it.
I don't know, Tellman. Sometimes I really think we're trying too hard. I mean, like, this sounds like pretty good. So Cindy, I noticed something.
It sounds to me like she's been trying pretty hard for a while, Harris.
Who, me?
No, Cindy. Cindy's been hustling for a long time. This doesn't.
No, I know, but I'm just saying we could just leverage her work and
this is so easy.
This is what men do, right? This is what?
Yeah, if you're doing launches or you've got an audience or anything, just stick a banner. Oh, we've got a WordPress plugin as well. So if you've got a blog, just activate the plugin, connect it, and it'll show a pop-up and automatically build these lists that we manage for you. So it's really, really easy to use.
So cool. So we don't have too much time. I want to do a little bit of a rapid fire here. So I noticed that you were on that funnelmates.com is on ClickBank, and I noticed that this link that you gave us is on Warrior Plus, and I think you've got stuff on JVZoo. So what is the difference between these three? Three or more? I don't know. Do you have anything on Digistore 24?
Yeah, we have integrated.
Why?
So we have. Okay, I have been around for long enough.
So you're agnostic. It sounds like you're like this is why you got a divorce. Your husband was a pastor, and you're agnostic, and you've carried this agnosm. Anyway, so what's the difference between all of these platforms from your standpoint? Because you're using them, you're putting products on all these different platforms. Why? Yeah.
So I have seen, I've been here for long enough to see that there are definitely shifts that happen in all marketplaces and in all industries and everything just happens in a cycle. You guys have been in this for long enough to know there's cycles.
Yeah, so backup plans of backup plans is what you're saying.
Backup plans and backup plans.
So diversify. To diversify.
Yeah. Yeah, and so Tellman, like I was talking, I didn't answer your question about the email list. We have our own list. We have Aweber list. I have 3 Aweber accounts because we've got 2 that are grandfathered, and then the extra one. I have Get Response account. I have, what was the other one? Send something, and then we have our own. Send Lane. Yeah, Send Lane, and then we have our own self-hosted platform that we use for FunnelMates customers, so like customers lists. So
and technically the same entry. Technically, it's the same list in all of those places. Although over time, this one gets these opens and this one gets those opens, or
not exactly. No.
Okay.
So we run. I like to keep my own customer list very separate from the members list because I don't want to accidentally email them with my link, because that would be bad. So we keep that separate, but we make sure that we've got everything like secure, backed up, and if it needs to go somewhere, then we've got like contingencies and stuff. So I think it's really important to have stuff in more places than one.
That sounds that way, yeah.
When it comes to online marketing, so we have. ClickBank was, I think, is a fantastic marketplace for people that want to get a link straight away. You don't have to get approval, right? There's like benefits with that. You can just you can activate, if you need a funnel in 10 seconds from now, you can have it and have links in it if it's a ClickBank funnel. So that's great. But JVZoo stuff is fantastic for people that are selling software products and software launches and stuff that's a little bit more, I feel like it's a little bit more advanced, like more
further down the path, less newbie.
Less beginner. Like still they like beginner stuff, but it's less beginner. And Warrior Plus is very beginner friendly. So which sometimes isn't great because a lot of these people get taken advantage of. but it's
taken advantage of, and thus the second you try to really connect with them, they've got their guard up as well. Like they don't trust you. Like I saw a I'm you know, the Profit Vault in Warrior Plus. One of the links didn't work, and like the support ticket was, "What kind of scam are you running?" And it's like,
oh yeah,
relax.
no,
Like it's just a bad link, you know. Like we didn't take your dollar. We didn't take your dollar just to scam you.
Well,
you know?
Here's the thing, though. I think there's something a little bit more to it, and we are at roughly an hour, so we should just be aware of that. But it's like when you are in the buying zone in a how to make money environment, and you've not yet shifted your mindset over to actually deciding that you're a student of marketing, and you're just trying to make money, and you're scrambling, you're trying to pay your grocery bills, you know, keep your kids fed, whatever. And like when you're, a lot of people, when they're first in that mindset, where they're, how do I make money on the internet? How do I make money on the internet? Like the level of desperation is so high that it, like, they're in fight or flight when they're buying from you. And so people are looking for like, they're not consciously looking for this, but their brain is looking for an excuse to lash out, because literally they're all adrenalized, they're all desperate, they're freaking out, and they're trying to find a quick solution to their financial concerns, right? And like, so people are like in the mind state to expect to be taken advantage of. You know, so it's like it's a hard thing to circumvent that little piece.
Even without that, it's a really interesting point. The difference between what we just called like beginner friendly and a little bit less beginner. It's actually, it sounds like that it might be that there's more people here that haven't accepted that, like, oh, it's good to pay for marketing,
right,
and
education,
and like, I'm not just buying something that I'm going to copy paste and make money. Like that's what, and quite frankly, you've solved for that a bit, like with what you're doing. You're giving us a system that really helps people do that, and kind of all they need to do is get some people to the front of it and choose their path. But that's interesting. I've never really thought about it in those terms of like, the people that are further along are really more interested in, like, they've decided, oh, I actually do want to learn. I want to pay to learn, and I want to implement.
I feel, I don't know if you've seen this, Harris, but I feel like there's a big split in Warrior Plus audiences. So at the moment, there is still definitely the make money online, and these guys, and they have like, you know, 20 products upsells, and like it's a very different kind of product. The stuff that I'm doing in Warrior Plus is on a completely different side, and it's almost like it's two different platforms, really, because what we're doing is creating these collect training materials and templates and prompts and stuff that people can just like go and use, rather than just buying some bright shiny object, something that is like things that are, it's doing really well, like creating coloring books, or making like publishing books, or like all of these kind of things that are
local marketing. Matthew Garrett has a launch this week that Warrior Plus is inviting affiliates to jump on, like we did with Firestarter. That it's for local business marketing, which is a more legitimate application of online marketing. And then yes, there's a group of successful Warrior Plus vendors that create very hypey, because that's what converts.
And so it's,
they all reciprocate.
And it converts, and it makes a lot of money.
And they all reciprocate with each other. They're all using the same designer. Like some of these pages look exactly the same, you know. Yep. So and guess what? They have higher refund rates, higher dispute rates. That's what's happening on the back of it, where it might look like they've got the better EPC, but then 6 months later,
after it all backs out,
you're like, oh, this was, you know. So it's definitely a look. I've only been there a couple of months, and I haven't. It's a phase, and it's also it hurts the perception, basically, because that's what people see. Because this week that one was on the top of it, and then next week one that looks just like it was there again in the top 3. But
I think it's changing. Oh, well, I feel like there's definitely a group of very strong people creating these products that are more unique and more like not blind. Like they'll just tell you what it is, and not just.
I've done the best with that, like creating. Well, silly, right? Create a decent product and actually just show the demo of it. I mean, you know, wait.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
so I'm get moving.
Yeah. So what?
We might need to wrap this up soon. I'm just aware of the time.
Yeah. Me
It's
too.
getting late for you, and I need to go pack up and migrate.
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, Cindy. Maybe we'll have you on again sometime in the future, or if I do a Warrior Plus
we would love
specific
to have you on
interview,
and have you actually do a demo of your software. That could be really cool. Like, yeah, that'd be super fun.
And we would be willing to. We would be willing to do it at 11 o'clock our time, right, Tellman?
Wow, that'd be amazing.
What?
Check this out. So this is cool. I don't know. I want to find more about this, honestly. This is from one of your fans, Cindy. You have some very engaged fans and followers, it looks like, Cindy. That's really great.
Remember that networking part that she talked about?
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan says, I used Cindy's game builder to make a mystery game. It was definitely fun to make and play. Jonathan, if there's a link to something that, send it over.
She had mentioned earlier that she had an AI to make. She has a product on how to make a coloring book. You must have a product on how to use AI to make a game.
Yeah, so we did a product called Game Builder AI that teaches you how to use AI to make mystery games that you can sell on Etsy. So you can create, you know how you
I know,
like escape games and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
Yeah, escape room. Yeah. So
I want to check that out, actually.
Yeah, it's fun. I can hook you up.
Sweet. Awesome. This is great. All right, Cindy. Well, yeah, let's have a business meeting. That's not like a public interview, and figure out how to do something together. That sounds cool.
Business meeting. So don't have a t-shirt on, Cindy. I mean,
oh, come on.
Dress business for us.
Oh, you guys are lucky I'm just not in my PJs. So I'm gonna just go.
You were lucky Harris put on a shirt. I was talking to him early this morning.
Yeah, he called me an hour before the show, and it was on video. I was like, oh, whoa, hello.
I've got a story I can share next time we.
I bet. All right. Well, thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. It's really great seeing you. I haven't actually seen you on video in so long, so this has been great. I love your smile. I like seeing you. I'll see you guys. I'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching the Tellman and Fellman Show. Hope you guys have learned something.
Leslie, Kimberly, great to see you guys. Okay, bye.
Awesome, everybody. Great seeing you all, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll see you. If I don't, Harris will tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I mean,
10 a.m.
At some point tomorrow, this storm is hitting, so hopefully, I'll consistently have power and internet and all these things. But we'll see.
We're going to be as consistent as possible during the storm. Don't you worry, everybody. You won't miss an episode of the Tellman and Fellman Show.
That's right.
Even if I'm on a plane to Florida to help my mom. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Not tomorrow. Yeah, not tomorrow.
No.
Oh yeah, you can live stream from the plane. That'd be great. Actually, like from your laptop in the seat. Like, we should try that. That'd be cool.
She wants to go to sleep. Push the button.
Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day.